close with me, labels don't tempt me. Off of the kingdom, I'm keeping it plain. Never gon' wreck me, know who just sent me. Pushing the limits, I'm building this thing.
Yeah, that's been 6 years in the making. This year we ran for the 6th time. It's just a fitness comp in Hula Village. We base it off CrossFit methodology, and so we get to go out there and allow the young people to do a series of workouts, and then throughout the day we crown the fittest male and the fittest female. And it's predominantly for the young people from Hula Village and the villages around like Makirupu, Kamali, Babaka, those villages just around there. So yeah, it's just a good way to get out and provide a platform for the young people there. It's a big day. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. The team went out to the beach, carried all the gear out. While the volunteer team set up the arena, we had to clean up the beach a little bit, and then obviously put up the arena to barricade the playing area. Then athletes started coming in around 6 o'clock. Got them to register, check in, give them the ID numbers, and so yeah, got to set that up in the morning and enable the event to actually kick off around 7:30.
Yeah, you know what it is. These boys are OG certified. Shepherd, Breno, Schema Boy, always united. You heard?
This year, event 1 was a run. So the boys, they had to run 2.4 kilometers, and the girls, they ran 1.2 kilometers. So it was a long run, and the guys and the girls did really well, considering they were running on the beach. A little bit different than running on firm ground, but it tested them, and so yeah, they did really well. It was more suited for the younger, agile, light athletes, and so yeah, we kind of saw the younger ones come in top 3, top 5 in that event. So happy with the day and how it started.
You can see all the bags are behind the line. Nice. You guys are going to be starting from this side.
Event 2, 15-meter sandbag pulls. So the guys, they were pulling 30 kilogram bags, and the girls, they were pulling 20 kilogram bags. So the boys had to pull that 8 times, whereas the girls just 6 times. And so yeah, that event was programmed specifically for the much bigger guys, much stronger guys. Yeah, there were some technical rules in event number 2. The girls and guys, when they were pulling the sandbag, their feet had to be planted. They couldn't walk back with it. And also for the sandbag, it had to cross the line.
One more. Yep.
Also, when they pull, the bag had to be behind the line before they started pulling. So they couldn't pull while they were running. They got to get behind the line, plant their feet, face the bag, and then start pulling. So yeah, based on that, obviously after that event, the scoring gets accumulated across events 1 and 2, and then the top 15 move on to event number 3. So it was interesting. It was interesting how they attack that event, but we saw the bigger guys and girls coming out on top for event number 2.
Go, 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 go!
Event 3, yeah, it's a sandbag run. So obviously combining the element of endurance and strength. So the guys had to run 1.2 kilometers carrying a 30 kilo sandbag, and the girls, they ran 600 meters carrying a 20 kilo sandbag. So interesting thing about this one, where we set up, and just with how things have turned out in terms of the weather and what we've seen in the village, the jetty had a lot more sand around it, but this year there was a lot more sand, so we couldn't run under it. We had to get the guys and girls to go over it, but it was still a little bit at 1.2 to 1.5 high. Which actually was really good. It worked out really well for us because we ended up using that as a bit of an obstacle, similar to a steeplechase, but obviously this is with the sandbag. So, but that worked out really well. Just another element of testing your coordination and your ability to think on the run. The lighter guys and the heavier guys and girls, they struggle a little bit, but this is where the combination of strength, speed, endurance, the guys that we're really looking for, that have a lot of those combinations, that's when they came to the forefront, because obviously they're running a reasonable distance, but also carrying a weight. So we saw the middle guys coming out on top of this one. It was just the top 15, and then obviously after this, we cut it to the top 10. Event 4 for the top 10. Yeah, so this is where we kind of started to see your typical CrossFit workouts. So event 4 had two movements, was skipping and dumbbell squats. So you can only imagine the challenge of having to skip on sand. Skipping on firm ground, that's reasonably straightforward, but adding the element of sand makes it a little bit more challenging. And so girls and guys, they all had to do 50 skips and then 50 dumbbell squats. They moved to 50 skips and then the squats, they dropped to 40. 50 skips, 40 squats, 50 skips, 30 squats, 50 skips, 20 squats, 50 skips, 10 squats. So it was interesting to see how each of them attacked it. The girls, they used two 10 kilo dumbbells, and the guys, they used two 15 kilo dumbbells. So CrossFit movement standards came into, especially for the squat. They had to get the hip below the knee when they went into the squat, and as they came out, the hip and the knees had to be straight. Otherwise, they would have called, the judges would have called no rep on them. So yeah, we kind of saw the girls and guys approaching different techniques. Obviously, the bigger numbers for the squats. Most of them chose to do the big numbers. Some were just doing small numbers, breaking, and just continue to try and punch out those numbers. So it was a real test. They only had 12 minutes to try and finish it. I don't recall anyone finishing, but it was a real test of just finding what worked for you and punching through the numbers. Skipping and squats on sand, yeah, the guys and girls were doing really well, and that was coming to the afternoon, so they were starting to get exhausted. Event number 5, the final event for the day. So the top 5 guys and girls compete in this one. Obviously, at the end of this one, we're going to be able to crown the fittest men and women in hula. 3 movements in this workout. The first one was 5 jerry can facing hand release burpees. They were quite quick, but then they had to do 10 dumbbell snatches using 2 dumbbells. Boys, they used 2 15-kilo dumbbells. Girls, they used 2 10-kilo dumbbells. And then a 100-meter jerry can carry. So the girls just had to carry 1 5-gallon drum. They had to carry that 100 meters, whereas the boys, they had to carry 2 5-gallon drums. So
All my bills have been late since a robbery. Ain't no food on my plate, but yours got the full spread. So the first thing in my head, it's a robbery.
And the girls only did 3 rounds, boys did 4 rounds. And yeah, it was good to watch. It was good to watch, especially obviously the positions I think were fairly confirmed in terms of who was going to finish where, but there was just still this competitiveness about the boys and the girls. So it was really good to watch. You can imagine the guys and girls trying to do burpees on the sand and then throwing up the dumbbell. They had sand going everywhere. And again, strategy came to the forefront where each of them had their own way of attacking it. But I must say, all of them were real gritty in that one. You could see they were just competing till the very end. So event number 5, and from there we got to crown the fittest male and female. Yeah, at the end of the day, we got to do the presentation and obviously give awards to each of the divisions. The Masters top 3 got awards, both male and female. The other thing that was cool about what we did was we give an award what we call TIV Spirit Award, and that one's given to a guy and a girl that just show grit. They just keep pushing. They find ways to overcome what they're doing. They stay strong mentally. They're not afraid to push themselves, and so that's kind of what we're wanting to promote and what we're trying to encourage. Which kind of translates into life. You know, life can throw things at you, but it's how you approach those things and how you overcome those challenges. And so, to Timothy Vavine from the guys, he finished 7th, and Mary Tasha Numa, she finished 9th. And so it's not so much where you finish, but it's just the attitude you bring to the competition. And then those 2, they just showed grit, and so we were just, we saw that and we thought, let's reward that. And we've done that last year, we did it this year as well, so that was really cool. The other thing also is we encourage anyone that comes from outside of the village and competes, we encourage them to give away their winnings or the prizes that they win. And so we saw Anthony and Megan, they gave away their prizes to someone who's doing it tough in life and who's living in the village. They might not have much, but this is an opportunity for us to give back to the community, and especially the athletes that don't reside in the village. So that was cool to see. But the guys and the girls, yeah, top 3. 3rd place for the girls went to Filma Leva. 2nd was Isabel Aunama, and 3rd Megan Levers. Those were the top 3 for the girls. And for the guys, we had a new champion this year. So in 3rd was Chris Wani. 3rd, Anthony Riley. He came 3rd last year. So Anthony came 2nd this year. And this year we had Noah. He actually came second last year, so he's done really well. Everyone did really well across the board. We're really happy with how things went, and so for Megan and Noah to take out the title, couldn't have asked for a guy and a girl to win those titles this year, and they truly deserved it for how they carried themselves out in the competition.